This doesn't look right. Did I share? Well, let me see. Did I share screen? Okay, let me see. Okay, there we go. I think that's it. All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Dr. Haki Shakur Ali, Honorable One, thank you for tuning in. Asafo, the Success Scholar. Hope you all are wonderful. Hope you are staying warm, drinking your teas, taking your black seed. Let me go ahead and hit my black seed. I don't think I took none today. It's a little strong, but bam. A little strong. Got my tea and got my United Nations cup. Shout out to the United Nations when I went up there. Sometimes you gotta hit different spaces and stay growing, stay experiencing things in life. A lot of people do a lot of different types of things. I decided to go to the United Nations, and I saw some people that I know. It was a great experience there. But yeah, let me get into this. I really, thought that it would be a great idea to do a brief, quick review of some of the local newspapers some of the local newspapers in and around the Maryland, DMV, Baltimore, Annapolis area. And so I have several of the newspapers that I believe that you all should be aware of. And I don't know how long this is going to be. I'm actually heading to Annapolis a little later this afternoon, but definitely wanted to take some time to really just share for you all that may not know some of the highlights of these different newspapers. And they are still moving and shining and grinding here. And those include the Baltimore Beat, the Baltimore and Annapolis Times, the Washington, D.C. Informer, and the National Black Unity newspaper, where I actually still do, contributing writer for them. And so it's been a great experience throughout my 7 years. I didn't realize I've been writing for 7 years. Someone informed me that they saw my book that I wrote some years ago. And, it's interesting because it's like I've been putting out articles in the National Black Unity newspaper, and I know sometimes people think that a book is different than say a newspaper article, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, okay, look, who are you? What are you into? You just want to say you got a book, or do you want the knowledge and the value, and are you attempting to implement something from what you learn? Because we can talk on the phone, or you can look at one of my more than 1,000 videos that I have. So, and not that, I'm trying to encourage people to read or not to read. Oh, let me do one more thing. Let me put my halls in my tea. Some people put all kind of flavors. I put halls in tea. I know maybe I shouldn't be doing halls, but, for sugar reasons, but, gotta contribute to my throat health, right? So the first one, y'all, is this Baltimore Beat newspaper. Now, I know the sister, man, what's her name? I got her picture in my mind, but so this is, I would describe this as definitely a grassroots, the progressive type of paper. Let's see, Lisa Snowden is the editor-in-chief. She does a great job. Easy Jackson, he's a Baltimore performer, a strong brother, and I see some of their delivery crew. Olu Butterfly, shout out to Olu. And I don't know none of these writers. I'm like, where have I been? I think I know just saw Nora, but I don't know none of these writers. I got to go hang out with some of them. And they got to do something where we can come and meet them. But yeah. So let's see. This is a letter from the editor, Jabbar. Also, and this is Jasana writes about the work organizers doing in the Baltimore as the United States Immigration Enforcement Officers continue their assault on residents here and elsewhere. So that's what the letters from the editor Lisa Snowden talks about, the different stories. So they just do a basic intro into some of the articles that are. Let me just browse through. So obviously, Maryland Attorney General Brown has cleared cops of wrongdoing in 95% police-involved death cases his office is responsible for investigating. So, that's interesting. It says Anthony Brown's office declined to bring charges against any of the 10 officers who stood around as Dante Melton died in 2025. The 37 out of 39 cases evaluated by the office, which cleared cops of wrongdoing. So there's a long story there, and this is why I'm starting to feel like I should be doing this a lot more regularly. Let me make sure I should be doing this because I don't want to get into this story, but it's very interesting. I'm sorry, and I don't. But it's good to know who's the author of this story. Baynard Woods. I've heard his name a few times, but I recall this story because someone sent me a text, and this was in Baltimore down, I believe, let me see if this is the Franklin town street, the Franklin town, which is in Baltimore. I don't know if that's the young man. Melton. Okay. But this is a long, detailed story. Dante Melton's case. He had no weapons. He called for help. Yes, that's him. I went to a rally for that. When officers trying to put Melton in the car, Jackson, whose rapping has often been used as propaganda for the force, was concerned not about its effectiveness but how it would look. I think I should just wait on the medic, guys. Let's just wait. That does not look good. Looks like you guys like a person is dead in the car, man. So this is a long story, y'all. So I'm happy. I may have to dig more into this. And Melton Aaron Mabin, he's the chair of the Civilian Review Board in Baltimore. He spoke on this particular issue. So lots of moving parts to that. But let's see. So, and what else is this? How Baltimore organized preparing for ICE, fight back against ICE. So that's the brother Jabari Jasal Noor case. I've seen his name a few times in and around the Baltimore area. Let's see, who is this? And this is a story about a young basketball player. Where does he play? Well, he going to the Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Team USA. What's his name? Team Durant. Let's see. Cole Ison. So they're talking about World of Young Hoops, young man. So that's an interesting story. Let's see. Hey, Lakia, how you doing? So I'm going through different newspapers, just kind of giving, and this is what I love about the Baltimore Beat, everybody. So each month, they have like a more of a government and a community event. So you could put like your free events in here. University during the family-led workshop, you'll learn who to talk to you in your school and in your district about your students' education, and that was on the 3rd. Financial forecasting, Black History Month. This is what I'm going to see. I'll be here tomorrow. Let's see, what is this? Financial forecasting. The workshop equips nonprofit leaders with tools and strategies needed to plan, manage organization budgets. That's 10:30. I can't just be everywhere. Let me stick to my goals. But so as you see, there are many different community events that you can attend. Food delivery services, where you can get food in and around the Baltimore area. Again, this is the Baltimore Beat newspaper. other services, legal services, financial services, health services. This is a powerful tool, impactful tool for people to have, certainly in the Baltimore area. So, and this is a story. Who is this? About entrepreneurship. Who is this young man? Business Biddy's TV. This is some entrepreneur over on Biddy's House, built years off selling TVs, but that's just start. Today he uses charisma, authentic Baltimore citizen in the area part of his network and grow and expand his business. So does he sell TVs? Okay, I don't know. Let's see. TV Biddies. Okay, so this is an entrepreneur, TV Biddy Baker. It's carrying a legacy of black entrepreneurship. So I think he sells old school coin-based video games machine. So I don't know if this is like a video game store. So it's possibly that's what this actually is. So it's a good story on entrepreneurship. He's native in West Baltimore, Park Heights, who moved over east into Lake Clifton. And he's earned trusted reputation, businessman, promoter, and personality. So I'm not sure. He's over East Baltimore, so I don't generally know. I mean, I know a lot of people over East Baltimore. I ain't gonna say that, but generally speaking, I'm in my West Side. Okay, so it's computers, TVs, MacBooks, iPhones, iPad, electronics. Okay, right on Chester Street, North Chester Street. So shout out to him. Let's see. So then they talk about poetry, article on poetry as well. Oh, shoot. Oh, sister, you know him? Okay, oh, good. I'm glad you know him. Okay, good. So another article on poetry, Mark Anthony Thomas. Yes, I'm glad you know him. Okay. Let's see. Okay, well, the big thing, the most important thing, then there's some things on nightlights in Baltimore. There's some different kind of performers. What's poppin' in Baltimore? They got the last night the DJ Saved My Life thing. That happened at the Reginald Lewis Museum. I wasn't able to go. I'm not sure where I was that day. I can't remember. I knew I was working. So I was supposed to have been in one of those, but I'm just like, I am stuck, and sometimes you got to prioritize. You can't do everything, but he got some good work going on. So, arts and culture events in the back. So all your different flower making. What's this? Flower workshop. Design your own arrangement of pressed local flowers. So $55, and you can learn how to press flower shop. Okay. So that's something. Food influencer scene. All right. Join a live taping of the podcast No Picks After Dark with local influencers Chris Finanzi, Simon Finance, and at the Enid Pratt Library. That's that passed. So no. And then some other things coming up here. Let's see. Galentine. Enjoy pizza and sweet treats while creating a modern floral design. That's really nice. Okay. All right. How many minutes was that? I'm like at 13 minutes. Man, I got to go through three more newspapers. So that was the Baltimore Times. I don't know him personally, but making change in Baltimore. That's phenomenal. Good. And now, the Baltimore Annapolis Times. So, let's see. I did look through this one. Let's see. Oh, of course. Let's see. First, and this is brother Jason Fenwick. Many people know him. I've met him several times at the Power Networking Conference. Many people, certainly if you're in the Baltimore area or certainly in the Prince George's County area, when the Power Networking Conference came to the DMV area in Prince George's County, had a great time. So he does stock investing. There's a question and answer a question and answer with him. What's going on with the Afro American newspaper? Are they still going? I got a digital. I get their digital one. I wrote an article to them. I don't know if it's like they covered it. So I wanted to write them another one. So as well. So yeah, there's Afro, absolutely. They still in spaces. So, and this is something that I missed. The Jason Fenwick. Where was this supposed to be? Oh, it was supposed to be online. January 25th. Maybe it was online, but Jason Fenwick, he's always on the Carl Nelson show. Not always, but he gets to come on there more than a few times. So that's Jason Fenwick. I love this Baltimore Times. So it's in Annapolis as well. And let's see, what's this? Tutoring, and this is Sister Andrea Blackstone. And so she did one, Coppin alumni, empowers Baltimoreans to elevate. So this is like students underway in the Baltimore area, forthcoming fundraising announced. So this is the Baltimore Times. So Andrea Blackstone covered something. And then the next page, oh, and let me give a shout out to the publisher. Now the publisher is Paris Brown. Joy Brown is the former emeritus. I know several people, Sharon Advertising, Ursula Battle, Stacy Brown, all of them, Harold Booker, brother, shout out, Rosa Pryor, several of them I actually know. But Kenneth Robinson, the state of children in Baltimore's childcare accesses and its impact on families and the workforce. So this is very interesting. So is he talking about Baltimore County or Baltimore City? But he's talking about, and then she couldn't start working, not because the job fell through, but not because she lacked motivation, but because once childcare costs were factored in, going to work would have left her with less money. Have you all heard that before? Yes, they're still going strong. Yes. Have you all heard that these workforce development programs and the cost of childcare is so far out of the normal that it doesn't make sense to actually go to work versus staying home and getting like welfare. And so I'm not going to say welfare, but social services, whatever type of disability. So my mother's good with understanding those things, but the math simply did not work. The story is not unusual in Baltimore. It's structural. Baltimore does not lack concern about childcare. What it lacks is alignment. Childcare is still treated as a social issue, something to be discussed, subsidized, and deferred. In reality, it is a core workforce infrastructure. When childcare fails, employment fails, economic stability fails, and the child development fails with it. Maryland ranks amongst the 5 most expensive states in the nation. Wow, for center-based child care. Full-time infant care costs between $1,500 and $15,000, $17,000 per year, while preschool care averages $12,000 to $14,000 annually. For families emerging below the state median income, childcare alone can consume more than 30% of household earnings. That's just as much as what people suggest what you pay for a house. Up to 30%. Now, in Baltimore County, including counties of Randallstown, the problem is compounded by supply shortages. Large areas are classified as child care deserts, meaning there are only 3 or more children under the age of 5 or for every licensed child care slot. For infant care, that ratio can exceed 5 children per available space. Even families who can afford often cannot find it. That's interesting. The economic consequences are significant and measurable. Maryland loses hundreds of millions of dollars each year due to child care related absenteeism, employee turnover, and reduced productivity. Nearly 1 in 4 Maryland mothers reduce work hours, decline career advancement, or exited the workforce entirely because of reliable child care was not available. So that's Dr. Kenneth Robinson. He's the CEO of Little Dreamers, but he's also a pastor. He has a big church on Liberty Way out in Baltimore County. And so, Dream Life Church. So definitely good article in the Baltimore and Annapolis Times. Now, and let me show y'all. And I was here. Organic Soul. I'm glad they put a big old promotion for that. For Organic Soul. So this was the 25th year anniversary. So shout out to Olu Butterfly. Shout out. So this was done at the garage this year. So this is an interview with Olu Butterfly. And I believe this is James Collins. In 2000, I had the idea to start an open mic jam session after attending an all-star weekly event called the Black Lily in Philadelphia. Black Lily was a hip-hop and soul Tuesday night jam session co-curated by the legendary Roots crew. I was invited by a young singer who frequented the event named Jill Scott. Oh, wow. At the time, my band Photograph was gaining momentum in the Baltimore and D.C. I remember thinking, now let me tell y'all, I did some video work. Somebody just reminded me that they saw me at Organic Soul taking photos or video or something. Maybe because I used to do like some things with LeBron Finney and Photograph, especially during the what was that event? The Tuesdays, the Thursdays, it's every month. Every month there's this like jam thing. Summer Tuesdays, Jazzy Summer Nights. So let's see. Our label Blackout Studios will be perfect engine to produce it, and Photogram could help make it pop up. Drawing on inspiration of several national live music events and desire to shine a light on Baltimore's unique flavor. After long conversations with my business partner Olu Butterfly in summer of 2001 about venues, the logistics, and even the name Organic Soul Tuesday was born. Our mission was simple but intentional: to provide creative laboratory where arts community could both experiment and polish performances on a real stage. We hosted open mic backed by a live band made up of some of the best musicians in the city. Baltimore has a long tradition of historic jam sessions. Wall Street, Spike and Charlie's Buddies, the New Haven Lounge. I remember the New Haven Lounge. I think that's and countless others. I grew up playing alongside world-class musicians like Mesa, Kim Waters. I just was at somewhere with Mesa for a fundraiser in Baltimore County. I'm sorry, it was in the city, but for Senator Charles Sitton. Kim Waters, I saw her perform at the what was this? The Cherry Hill Festival that Sister Navasha puts together. So Carl Philippiak, Dennis Chambers, Dante Winslow. I was just on a panel with Dante Winslow and at the Reginald Lewis Museum. Associated Black Charities had a men's night out. So Jared Barnes, Cyrus Chestnut, I think I heard his name, and Gary and Greg Granger. I don't think I know them. So we partnered with some of the city's most successful promoters, including Derek Chase, Dimitri McDaniel, and Walter Maxfield. I remember Walter Maxfield. He used to do a spot on Charles Street, like a hip-hop night thing. So, I had some artists that went down there. And Rock, they won. Keith Dawn Griffin. Shout out brother Keith Dawn Griffin. For more than a decade, we produced 48 to 50 events a year, reaching thousands of art lovers, the area's best poets, musicians, and vocalists of every genre. Quickly learned about Organic Soul. It was a serious platform. Yeah, no, I used to go there and met a lot of people. So, this is Dante Winslow, J Soul, who else? James Collins and Jahiti. He was through. Raheem Devon, he came through a few times. But the reunion was January 30th, so I'm happy I was there. But I'm happy that they published each and every the dopest open jam session on the planet. And these are the people that came through. All of the Man, this is a list. Jackie Terry, let me see, Jeff Majors. I didn't know Jeff Majors. Jessica Kidd Moore, Jill Scott, Julie Dexter. Shout out to Julie Dexter. Yes, yes, yes. Qatar. Yeah, yeah. Sister Qatar. They got you in there. Let's see who else I know. Larry Lancaster. Yep. Let me lyrics. Mamona. She performed there. Malcolm Jamal Warner. What? He came through. I didn't know that. Okay. So a little bit of everybody. Let's see. Do I see Tislam? Tislam the Great. I saw him there. Urban Ave, 31. Let's see. The Winslow Dynasty. Let's see who else I see. Rough Mike. Oh yeah, Rough Mike. He moved away. Rebecca Dupas. She's still around. I think she performed recently somewhere. I think she at what's that festival? Ogon. Shout out to Ogon. Good brother. Let me just read. Who else I know? Let me see. Man, but I know all of these people, so I wasn't a regular, but so. But I slid through like Alma Chandra. She came through and performed the other night. Yana Gregory. Shout out to Yana Gregory. Saw her at the 50th anniversary of WPFW. I think it was 50 or something like that. But let's see who else was. Brownfish. He was through. All right, so that's the whole list. Like you got a list of like every artist. If anybody wanted to holler at some artists like and connect to them, like this should be like saved, like put in a to know who the different powerful artists in and around the Baltimore area is. So shout out to all of them making it happen. All right, where am I at? How many minutes am I? Okay, that's 15 minutes each. I don't know if I'm going to do this for an hour. All right, what else I got? All right, I'm going to D.C. before I bring it back to Baltimore and with the National Black Union News. So this is the Washington Informer. I think I did one article with them, and I used to do some ads there. So this is, let's see. So they talking about Martin Luther King Day. This is kind of like, I don't know when I got this. So Prince George's County called for transparency and consideration of these data centers. Let's see, traffic deaths. Okay. We'll talk about John Forte dying. And they got like a little schedule thing in here as well, like different people's birthdays. So Black Facts, like January 15th through 21st, so some Black Facts. So that's all I'm doing, y'all. Just going through different newspapers that are in the Baltimore and in D.C., Maryland, Annapolis. Let me just pull my banner here. And thank you, Sister Lakia, for commenting. Lakia. Alright, oops. Let me just show, okay. Oh, my gosh, a Washington informant photographer fatally shot in police chase near White House. What's up with this? Was he killed? Fatally, yes. I didn't know about this. Washington former photographer fatally struck in police case. The police said a Chevrolet Malibu was traveling. This is a long story, so I don't want to spend that much time in it. But his name is Aaron Mitchell Marco Williams. He once worked for the Informer, not for the tragic accident that ended his life nearly last week near the White House. But incredible talent, strong family, and beautiful soul. So I haven't heard much about this, so but love for you all to definitely look it up, especially those that are in the DC area. So Moore introduces housing agenda and upcoming legislative session. It said real estate director celebrates legislation to start towards affordable housing. So this is Brother Richard Elliott did this article, and there's a picture with him and state's attorney. I'm sorry, I keep calling the county executive. Aisha Brayboy, I apologize. She's been a state's attorney for like 8 years, so it's just hard for me to switch. And so this is a picture with Steny Hoyer, but I don't know if this is the one about him actually resigning. But somebody's calling my phone. I'm trying to charge my phone before I go to an after, so. But it's an actual history celebrating Hoyer long-term leadership, a long-time trailblazer. So I didn't know he was a paratrooper. So many of you know that Steny Hoyer has decided not to run for his congressional seat. So you have several people that are, going to be in the race for that. Walla Blegley, Adrian Boffo, Harry Dunn, Alexis Solis, Walter Kirkland, Quincy Barbie. Those are the ones that I know. So, and generally speaking, it takes a lot to run for Congress, everybody. So, know what you're doing. Don't go broke. Don't have other people going broke on your behalf. Alright, so what else did I see in here that I thought was... So this is... Do they do weekly papers? I can't remember. This is weekly, I think. Claudette Colvin. They did a story on her because she transitioned. And Claudette Colvin was the first one truly to stand up on the bus. I mean, and not like give up her seat, but they didn't want her to be the recognized face of that during that time. So, let's see. Something about the opening for ACA subsidized hope for DC residents. Okay, what else? Alright, so okay, Prince George's County, something about energy in Prince George's County. This is a long article as well. So, then they do allow for editorials. So they who is this? Dr. Julian Malvo, Ben Jealous still does a column there. Venezuela is a distraction from Trump's affordability crisis. And he said, so that's another one. Ben Jealous says, we must finish the work of Dr. King died doing. Mark Morial, ICE has ushered in a new era of domestic terror and attacks on civil liberties. And Dr. Ife Williams, standing with Minnesotans. Okay. So, now they still have classifieds in there. So, definitely good work. Washington Informer. So, and finally, not last or not leastly, now this, okay, alright, this could take a lot, and shout out, front page, they have, State Senator Corey McCrae's book on the cover, and then there's a young man, 13-year-old founder of Icy Blast Water, Carter York, and Beyond Religion. Who's this? The book designed to change your mindset. So that's another Dr. Charles Pender, his book, talking. And open up. What do you see? Me. Here's me with a picture of Congressman Quayson May, picture of Senator Joe Carter, and Darius Stanton. And this one I got my award at the Maryland Black Caucus Foundation Black Caucus event, and Daryl Barnes, Chair Daryl Barnes. And this is me in Kenya. So I call it the Year of Alignment, Prioritizing Health, Purpose, and Community in 2026. And I could do like one full show on just this. You have Bob Wallace, who ran for mayor, some years ago. Let's see, Fran Allen, motivational speaker, and some people, people are finding, when they look back and see that I co-authored a book with international motivational speaker Les Brown and Dr. George Frazier. They're like, how'd you do that? Like, okay, like I don't know, like what do you mean? Like I kept showing up and made people put some respect on the name. So Dr. Leroy McKenzie, okay. Daniel Danbridge, but I'm on page 16 in there. Edwin Avent. Oh, you're talking about, all right. Edwin Avent, the founder of the Black Collegiate School. And so we don't have time or talent to waste. Baltimore Collegiate School is the first charter school in the city to serve exclusively boys with continuous academic program from grades 4 to 8. And so right now, they voted to close the school. I saw Edwin, and shout out, he did come to when the chair of the Black Caucus had, the new chair of the Black Caucus had his event, and I was present, of course. And so, and they both previously founded Black Professional Men. So I feel that, progress is going to be made. It's not going to be the last of Brother Edward Avent, regardless of, however things manifest over the next few years. But definitely get yourself a copy of the National Black Unity newspaper. Hit me up. Holler at the Success Scholar. Definitely get you a physical copy. Get you a physical copy. So that's all I wanted to do really, really quick. Just all of your Maryland newspapers, and yes, shout out to the Afro newspaper, Baltimore Afro, Washington Afro. I don't have a physical hard copy, but I'm sure it's pretty, amazing. So you all should definitely connect. And I've used to read like the New York Times and the Washington Post, for years and years. And so now it's like, okay, well, I'll get the knowledge wherever I can. So. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Thank you for tuning in. Holla at the Success Scholar. Peace and blessings.